I've covered some aspects of San Francisco Rush for the PlayStation in my console-to-console video a few months back, but I wanted to go more in depth into this butchered version of one of my favorite racing games. I first played the N64 version of this game shortly after its release, and honestly, I never even thought about giving the PlayStation version a second glance. As far as I knew, it was the same exact game, just on another console. Boy, was I wrong. About 6 months ago, I found this game for a few bucks and picked it up just for the hell of it. Upon popping it in and starting it up, I was in for quite the surprise. First off, the intro takes advantage of the PlayStation's ability to play high-quality motion video. Though the intro isn't very impressive, it's a time-lapse clip of a car driving through the San Francisco area, followed by a very 90s looking woman in front of the city skyline. It's just cheesy looking, very Windows Movie Maker, and it kind of prepares you for what you're about to get into. Now, all of the cars from the original version in the arcade are here. There are also some bonus cars, most of them unlockable by winning certain races, which I just don't have the patience to do, so unfortunately I can't show them to you, but there are 3 cars that can be unlocked with cheats, including a truck, a Mini, and even a UFO, which is kinda cool. The 3 tracks from the arcade are also present, as well as a bonus track that I believe is exclusive to this version of the game. I'm not a big fan of this track, especially since there's this goddamn bridge I smash into every time I hit this jump. Why would they put that there? Now, my main gripe with this game is, well, it's the most important part of the game, it's the gameplay. While Atari published the arcade version, the Nintendo 64 port was handled by Midway, and was a really good version of the game. As far as the PlayStation version, well, that was handled by a company called Climax, and they're the ones responsible for butchering this classic. Anybody that's played a Rush game in the arcade, or even on the 64 or Dreamcast, will remember how the game handles. Very slow steering, low gravity. It felt like anything but your average racing game at that time. This version throws all of that out of the window. Steering is very quick and responsive, gravity is more realistic. Overall, it just feels nothing like a Rush title. Yet these huge jumps are still hidden throughout the tracks, and when you hit them, the cars react kind of strange, like they're riding some kind of invisible cable up to the rooftop. Rather than actually getting air, it's just weird looking. These tracks were designed for a low-gravity physics engine, and in this game, they just seem out of place. I'm not really impressed with the graphics either. The N64 version didn't look amazing, but it did look good and still looks decent to this day. This version has its flaws. The cars look a bit odd compared to the original, and the tracks have poor draw distance for the backgrounds. That is, when the backgrounds actually exist. I mean, a lot of these tracks feel incomplete visually. The racing isn't horrible, it's just not Rush. I mean, it doesn't deserve the Rush name. It is somewhat playable, though it can get a bit difficult depending on the track. I've had numerous times where I've ran out of time in second and even first place, and that's just completely stupid. The sense of speed is kind of lacking too, especially if you select the weather to snow. Wait, snow? In San Francisco? Okay, they gotta be kidding me. It snows in San Francisco like once every 30 years, and it's a freak occurrence. Yet, here in this game, you can select snow for every single track. And what's the deal with the time given in a race if I select snow? In a regular race, I'm not given nearly enough time, and in the snow, I'm given way too much time. Another option for each course is the ability to race at night. And here is where we see another flaw in the game. It's a nice idea, and it's new to the series in this game, but it feels incomplete. Very few things are lit up, making it really hard to see, and sometimes it feels like I'm going to drive right into a black hole. It just doesn't work for this game. In addition to the normal race mode, there's also a few gimmicky races like Extreme Race, where if you crash once, it's game over. What the hell was that about? What did I hit? And Explosive Mode, where you have to keep your vehicle over 60 miles per hour or it'll explode. Wait, no, that's from a movie. No, wait, that's actually a mode in the game. And actually, it's kind of fun. It really keeps you on edge knowing that if you hit something and come to a stop, you'll just blow up instantly. There's also Circuit Mode and Grand Prix Mode. This is where you'll unlock vehicles, but honestly, I just want nothing to do with it. Don't let the name fool you. This is not a real Rush game in my opinion. I know this version has its fans, and that's great, but don't let this game define the series. It's kind of like a bastard red-headed stepbrother to the real thing, and it's really not worth your time unless you really enjoy bad ports of good games. Then, go check it out.